Sometimes I'm doing too many things. Did you give an update on whether we were coming out or not?
With coverage you can count on. Welcome to Erie News Now Weekends at 6.
Good evening on a Saturday. I'm Lisa Adams. Thank you for watching Erie News Now at 6 o'clock. PennDOT and the Pennsylvania Turnpike are urging caution during some winter weather conditions on the way. Anticipated snow followed by sleet and freezing rain means they are already asking drivers to avoid unnecessary travel and exercise caution if they do travel. Now, as of late this afternoon, PennDOT has already put speed restrictions in effect on Interstate 79 from the Route 6N Edinburgh Albion exit down to Grove City, and on I-80 from the Ohio line to Pennsylvania exit 45, that's St. Petersburg, Emlenton area. The speeds are restricted there to 45 miles an hour, and commercial vehicles are allowed in the right lane only. Now, this is updated all the time. You'll find more and detailed information and updates at 511pa.com. So we're going to get right on in to check with our Kelly Rowland, who's been monitoring this situation. And Kelly, we are weather aware, and are the biggest issues going to be south of Erie?
Yes, we are weather aware, and as we get further south, definitely inland has that better chance of more ice accumulation. We're still going to see some snow as well, but the most impactful is that freezing rain. Once you get that ice freezing on impact with the roads, it can cause for very slick conditions. So please continue to follow those restrictions that are in place. They are in place for a reason, so we're continuing to be weather aware through tonight due to those conditions associated with this wintry mix. Now, we are holding off for a little bit, but our weather impact bar on our Oliver's rooftop cam shows us that we will have some dicey travel conditions throughout the nighttime as well. 30 degrees out there, and this is what we are looking at for our Doppler Max 5D storm spotter radar. Now remember, this is a very, very low scan compared to what we had before, so might not be reaching the ground for us in Erie, but down to Pittsburgh and down to the middle of Pennsylvania, we're seeing pretty much every type of winter condition: freezing rain, sleet, ice, and that will continue throughout the rest of the night. Temperatures are into the upper 20s and 30 for us in Erie, and for the rest of the night we'll be rounding off the night in the mid to lower 20s, but we're still tracking the snow showers, and I'll have more information coming up.
All right, all this is to say winter is not going away anytime soon, which is why several organizations came together earlier today for a coat and boot drive for those still struggling to stay warm this season. Our Elspeth Meisner reports.
Need knows no season.
Erie has already had its fair share of winter weather, but that didn't stop organizations from collecting warm gear to help those in need.
We might be through the most of winter. We all know that it could snow probably in late May if we get right down to it. So it's always important. People are coming through, losing their home or their clothing, or just in general in need of things.
Several groups and volunteers from Erie's queer community collected coats, boots, and winter essential items for community shelter services.
It's one of those things where there's still going to be people who need things. Folks lose homes. I know actually a lot of what we'll get will be children's warm gear, and they grow no matter what time of year it is.
Organizers say today's event isn't just about collecting warm hats and coats for those in need, but it's also about strengthening their community too. Organizers say actions speak louder than words when it comes to supporting others.
We as a community understand that there's need. There's, any marginalized community could probably tell you that there is need, and I do feel like especially now, people are going to need to take care of each other more than ever.
And whether it's by donating items or being there for someone, Cranel says everyone can use a little bit more compassion nowadays.
Being a friend, being there for someone, or, things like this. And if you can't help out with something like this, that's also fine. Just if you know someone who is in crisis, or even just check on a friend.
Elspeth Meisner, Erie News Now.
And Elspeth said about 20 organizations joined in today's event. They were thankful for just how many donations they received in a short amount of time. Well, New Orleans is known for days of parades, especially during Mardi Gras season. And since they're the hosts of the big game this year, they added a pre-game parade. The New Orleans Super Bowl committee, the host committee, put on a big and colorful parade that moved through where else but the historic French Quarter as well as downtown New Orleans. The parade featured multiple marching bands from the New Orleans region, floats, horses, celebrities, and of course the NFL fans and athletes all in town for the big game. This was the first ever parade during Super Bowl week. Well, less than a day away now from the big game in New Orleans. Our Mike Ruzzi and Philip Ward have been taking in the sights and sounds of New Orleans since they arrived, and they say the excitement is really building now. Philip Ward and Mike Ruzzi joining us live from just off Bourbon Street with some fired up football fans. Hi, guys.
You can stand right here, Mike.
Hey, Lisa, how are you tonight? Yes, they are fired up and ready to go because now we're about 24 hours away from kickoff, and we found some great Kansas City fans.
I think we should just let you guys go. What's going to happen tomorrow? Is there a three-peat on the cards, ladies and gentlemen? Tisha, let me come to you, right? What is it about Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs kingdom, this connection that we see? Why does he always get it done for you guys?
Where have you been for the last 3 years?
Oh, a Bills fan having to deal with it.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that.
Talk to us about what
the closer.
Right.
He is the closer.
He
gets that clinch at the end of the game, no matter what.
It's Patrick. It's Kelsey.
It's the bionic arm.
It's Trent McDuffie. I mean, we have all of it.
And it has nothing to do with Taylor.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What about the head coach? What about Andy Reid? How has he transformed this team?
Andy Reid is the GOAT.
The Eagles is my NFC team, and he's been my NFC team since Andy Reid. So that's how much
anyway, what we're focused on.
You know what? Andy Reid is the GOAT, not Belichick. We never got caught cheating. Nobody ever said we were cheating.
Right.
That's Belichick's
We
thing.
win fair and square.
What's that chant you guys do? That Chiefs think, whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys joining us. Pretty fired up, Lisa, right here off of Bourbon Street. I mean, I don't know what else to say. There
Score.
Could be a three-peat.
Final score, Chiefs victorious,
Hey,
3-peat,
Tisha,
31, yes.
Tisha, can you do me a favor, looking at his
Sure.
camera and say, Lisa Adams, back to you.
Lisa Adams, back to you.
You got it.
We'll have more from Mike and Phil coming up on Erie News Now at 11 as well. Well, if you're interested in adopting a pet, the Erie Humane Society was the place to be today. The animal shelter held its February adoption event. It included an ice cream social to introduce people to animals up for adoption. Of course, the goal is placing these animals into loving homes and welcoming homes. Those shopping for the perfect pet could meet dozens of dogs and cats, enjoy sweet treats, get a picture taken at the kissing booth in honor of Valentine's Day, and even pet some reindeer. And there's our Emily Matson. There's a special cage in her honor. All pets were up for adoption today. We're 50% off. We talked with a board member about why events like this one help the mission of the Humane Society.
And get to know the Erie Humane Society a little bit better, get to see our facilities, learn a bit more about what we do beyond our adoption and rescue mission, and then see adorable puppies and kitties who are available for adoption.
And they have designer purse and cash bingo coming up on February 23rd to support the Humane Society and their Mutt Gala in April. The Kiwanis Club of Erie sponsored the second annual Skilled Trades Merit Badge Competition at the Erie County Technical School on Oliver Road today. Scouts could earn their merit badges in areas like welding, plumbing, electricity, home repair, first aid, journalism, and public speaking. They also had a chance to learn about different career options from experts in the field and about the proper way to use certain equipment on the job.
It's really about exposing young people to leadership skills and to new opportunities. And as far as the skilled trades, that's what I do for my day job. And so I'm kind of passionate about that. I'm actually an instructor. I teach heating and air conditioning.
Yeah, Yes, so the Scouts had a chance to learn about different skilled careers and opportunities available right here in our community. Still to come this evening, bad news for some chickens and some eggs. We'll tell you about a fire and a robbery. And Hamas releases 3 more hostages from their long ordeals. Details on that and more after Kelly Rowland comes back with our full first warning forecast.
Now, first warning weather with Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. We're taking a look at Meadville. Not too long ago, there was some whiteout conditions as this wintry mix was moving on through the area. On our Bob Frando Forward World Cam, 26 degrees out there. Please continue to take it slow. I've been looking at this cam for a minute now, and I did see a little bit of slipping and sliding, so please continue to take it slow, and there are travel restrictions in place. Doppler Max 5D Storm Spotter radar picking up on those lower level scans, giving us a nice idea of the system moving on through. And if we take a wider view out down to Pittsburgh as well, this may look pretty with all the colors, but just about every type of winter precipitation type is on here right now, from snow to freezing rain and sleet, even seeing possibly some thunder sleet. I'll have to check in on the National Weather Service reports with this, but down to Pittsburgh, anywhere along 79, 80, the major interstates and highways are very icy from what I have been seeing on the reports, and some ice accumulation on power lines and trees as well, especially out to Ohio. Winter weather advisory continues until tomorrow morning, and that ice storm warning down to the Pittsburgh and State College area as well. First warning weather futurecast, this will be continuing throughout the night, this wintry mix, picking up a few inches of snow, but again, the main concern as we get down to Crawford and Venango County is this purple magenta color. That is that freezing rain. So the further south you get, more likely to see that ice accumulation. Impacts over amounts maybe about 1/100th up to 1/10 of an inch, but still that's enough for glazing and that's enough for slipping and sliding. System is likely on out of here in the overnight hours, but we will likely see some lingering snow showers into tomorrow morning, centralized along the lakeshore counties for your plans tomorrow morning, getting ready for the Super Bowl. Try to get out a little bit earlier in the day tomorrow to head to the grocery store to get those snacks, but still it will likely be slick throughout the rest of the weekend as well. But your Monday appears to be nice and sunny, probably seeing a decent amount of sunshine for Monday afternoon, continuing into the nighttime as well. So back to tonight, again, roads are slick and icy. You can visit 511pa.com to see those travel restrictions in place. Best advice I can give you is to just take it slow, leave a few extra minutes, account for those lower speeds. It is not not worth rushing to your destination and having an issue. Ice and snow, take it slow. 70% of snow and ice related injuries occur in automobiles, so please leave that extra time and leave ample space between the cars to avoid issues as well. So back to right now, looking at Gary Miller at the mall cam. It is busy out there. We do have weather impact bar red and yellow and green. So again, throughout the night, the best advice I can give you is to just take it slow, if I haven't said enough already. But next 7 days, again, we'll continue to see some snow showers for tomorrow morning, giving us a little bit more light snow accumulation. We'll calm it down. Seeing some sunshine for your Monday, but just about every day in between, we're going to see some sunshine, dealing with some snow showers, and a cuddle alert issued for Valentine's Day. It's going to be a cold one.
Thank you, Kelly. Around the world we go. In gaunt condition, 3 more Israeli hostages were released today in exchange for some 183 Palestinian prisoners. Before being handed over to the Red Cross, Eli Sharabi, Or Levy and Ohad Ben Ami were seen on stage surrounded by Hamas fighters. Israeli media says these hostages are only now learning the fate of some of their own family members. Sharabi's wife and 2 teenage daughters were killed, and his brother Yossi died in captivity. Levy's wife was killed. Ben Ami's wife Roz was released during a week-long ceasefire in November of 2023 that saw more than 100 hostages freed. So far, 16 Israeli and 5 Thai hostages have been released, and hundreds of Palestinian prisoners and detainees have been freed in the first 42-day phase of the ceasefire agreement. Across the nation, a couple of pieces of bad news tonight for egg producers already hit by that bird flu. We are learning details of the loss of thousands of chickens in an Ohio barn fire earlier this week. Fire crews say around 200,000 chickens died in a massive barn fire in Ohio's Darke County on Tuesday. The blaze began about 6 in the morning at the New Madison Pullets farm. It took dozens of crews from at least 6 counties to control the fire. No people hurt, but the barn is a total loss, and again, roughly 200,000 chickens were killed. The cause is under investigation. And from South Central Pennsylvania, state police are investigating the theft of 100,000 eggs from a Franklin County processor.
State police say the theft happened Saturday night at the Pete and Jerry's Organics along Commerce Avenue in Antrim near Greencastle. The eggs were stolen from a distribution trailer. It is not clear how it was accomplished.
I don't know how someone would be able to do that, like stealing 100,000 eggs. It just doesn't make sense to me.
The eggs are valued at $40,000. The theft comes at a time egg prices are way up due to an avian flu outbreak.
Will it affect the price of eggs for everyone else? That's what I'm wondering. I don't want my egg prices to go up because somebody else stole 100,000 eggs.
The company says it is taking this theft very seriously and is working with state police to resolve the matter quickly. Other than that, it has no comment.
And that was Ed Weinstock from WGAL in Lancaster reporting. Still to come on Erie News Now, sports with Logan Lepiscopo. He's been so busy I haven't even seen him yet today. And the Erie region is now the set for a filmmaker who has returned back home. We're going to show you that in progress. Erie News Now will be right back.
Yeah, like you look at the tire, it's perfectly fine.
You're watching Erie News Now Weekends at 6 with Lisa Adams.
A filmmaker with local roots and her crew spent some time filming in Erie today. Lauren Dreyfus is a Collegiate Academy grad and went to school for filmmaking. She recently graduated and is working on her next big project called Old Soul. It's all about the future and teleportation. They shot portions of it in Los Angeles and are filming scenes this weekend in Erie. We caught up with the crew as they were filming at a local funeral home. They still have more scenes to film tomorrow at iconic Erie spots. After the filming comes the editing and the effects, and they hope to have this film finished by the summertime. Dreyfus says she plans to enter it in film festivals and will have a premiere both in Los Angeles and right here in Erie. Set in the funeral parlor there.
Yeah, I don't know about that for a movie scene.
All right, well, we're going to learn about teleporting, I guess, when we see that film. But here is Logan Lepiscopo. You've been running around today, a lot of basketball?
Down south to Edinburgh, back up here to Mercyhurst, and then over to Gannon. So a lot of basketball to show. We'll have plenty of those highlights, men's games, women's games, Hall of Fame inductees for some of the colleges, and also seniors being recognized. We'll have that on the other side of the break. Feel it wobble.
I've had that feeling before.
And then it I literally I could obviously feel it drop. Smoke came up and I just see the tire bouncing across both sides of the freeway.
What a blessing nobody got hurt.
I know. Because they asked me, they're like, can you get the tire and put it in the car? When I was on the phone with the towing company, I was like, yeah, it's just, right in the middle of the two intersections. I get out of the car, it's all the way across both freeways. I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you get it or did you wait?
No, I got it. I ended up getting it.
One time I was taking my kids to Peak and Peak to ski.
Now, from the Erie Sports Now team, here's Logan Lepiscopo.
Hall of Fame classes, seniors being recognized, and plenty of basketball. Let's head down south first to Edinburgh at the Macomb Fieldhouse. Edinburgh University, the Fighting Scots, taking on the Pitt Johnstown Mountain Cats for a PSAC matchup. Gabby McDuffie gets the scoring started for Edinburgh. She finished a game-high 22 points. Sophia Ott passes it to Malaya Ainsworth for the triple. She finished the game with 11 for the Mountain Cats. Morgan Gentile working the baseline, gets an easy 2 to go, and they keep feeding it to the senior. Gentile once again in transition. Why not pull up from 3 right there? Behind McDuffie in scoring with 17. Mountain Cats a full dose of Morgan Gentile. The underhand layup is through. Now the shot clock expiring back in the hands of McDuffie. The 3 falls, one of her 2 3-pointers to help get her to her first 20-plus point game of the season. And Gentile now feeding it down to Haddad off the glass. 12 points for her in just 17 minutes. The Mountain Cats tried to claw back in this one, but the Fighting Scots prevailed big on Senior Day, 79-55. All right, over to the Division I level. Mercyhurst taking on Lemoyne College, the Lakers and the Dolphins. A.J. Dantzler cuts inside, gets to the rack, and easy 2 points towards his 32-point game. Dantzler back at it on the right side. A little push off there. Gets away with it. Goes down for 2 on the box score. Nate Fouts now for the Dolphins. A pump fake and a spin inside. Gets the layup to go. 17 points for Fouts. A 25-23 Lakers lead. Aiden Reichart runs to play to perfection. 24 points and a 4-point Laker lead. Jeff Planutis, a 3-ball for the Lakers. He led Mercyhurst with 28. A Lakers lead at 9 by the half, and a strong second half from Lemoyne made it close, but the Lakers prevail 82-78, now 7-5 in conference play. The Hall of Fame game at Highmark Event Center. Gannon recognizing their 2025 Hall of Fame class. Pick up second half IUP a 1-point lead, and Sarp for Tong puts it through to make it a 3-point lead. Now Gannon with a swiftness ties things at 39. Victor Desmond with the dead on 3. Rocco Morabito sees Desmond's 3 and bangs in one of his own. Isaiah Warfield now getting double teamed, which means Mason Kemp left open for the 2-hand dunk. Gannon starting to pull away with things. Justin Debuck gets it into the hands of the freshman. Prace Proser hits the corner 3, a 7-point Gannon lead. Alfonso Pickens to Tyler Grove. The 3 cuts the Hawks deficit, but not enough. The Golden Knights win by 22 before heading on the road for their next 3 games.